If you think you have something that makes you special, put it out there.
So what do you think makes a good leader or a good captain?
I never want anyone to feel insecure in this company. One thing that I've learned is not to mix my personal and professional life. आज वो चीज ट्रेंड कर रही है, कल वो चीज शायद ट्रेंड ना करे.
Yes,
Right?
this part.
PR doesn't have to be expensive. PR can be anything.
तो आतिफ
Yes.
असलम ने आपको एक दफा कहा था that I work for the people. I do what the people want me to do, and my biggest critics are my fans.
That's true. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it is so good, you know, like.
Right. Holy shit, how did you guys do this fast?
Tell me about a failure of yours.
Failures. I think I've done a lot of failures in life.
Every time you have a huge success, your father, puts you down and is like, Sajda mein giro, Sajda mein giro, Sajda mein giro. I need to learn all about this PR thing.
I need
Okay.
to learn too.
I
Don't tell anybody.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Hello Zehra. I am your hostess with the mostest, Zehra, and today, आज मैं आपको मिलवाने जा रही हूँ with a multi-talented Pakistani choreographer, actor, host, fitness model, entrepreneur, and of course, PR guru. Someone who says that anything that makes you talk about the brand is PR. Known for his creativity and dynamic presence in the entertainment industry. I know आप लोग को पता है किसके बारे में मैं बात कर रही हूँ. The one and only Hasan Rizvi.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that introduction and I'm going to make that my ringtone for every single morning. Thank you so much. That was
Honestly.
very, very kind. I'm not worthy of that introduction, but thank you so much.
You are.
You are a ball of energy and you're looking fantastic.
By the way, you are looking amazing. This Prada green jacket, can everyone see this? I need to buy this. So I have a lot of questions to ask you because,
Puche.
I need to learn all about this PR thing.
I need to
Okay.
learn too.
I
Don't tell
need-
anybody.
तो आजकल हमारे पास TikTok है, Instagram है, Facebook है. We've got
Love it,
all the
love it,
gadgets.
love it,
We've
yeah.
got like whatever we need to market ourselves, brand
Yeah.
ourselves. अभी हम brand अपने आप को बना रहे हैं,
Yeah.
So what makes someone be like, okay, I need to go to a PR firm instead of just doing it themselves and DMing
That
people,
is such a good
messaging
question.
people? Huh.
That is such a good question. You know why? Because so many of these singers, models, actors approach us and say, हमें काम दें or हमें branded काम करना है or whatever. And I tell them that, listen, it's not the same what it was 15 years ago. Now you have a voice. Now you have a platform. You really don't need to wait for someone to find you or discover you, right? My daughter, I keep telling her, and I've taught her, that become a star yourself first. Put your talent out there, whatever it is, whether you're a model or an actor or a singer or a dancer or a comedian or a motivational speaker. Put your work out there for people to see. People will see it. People will love it. And when people will love you, brands will come after you. The mistake people make is that they want the brand first. Why will the brand take you? Why will the brand take you? For what? Because आपके connections अच्छे हैं. Because आप अल्लाह मियाँ ने उनको बता दिया कि आप एक खूबसूरत इंसान हैं. Show your talent.
Yeah.
खूबसूरती भी यूज की जाती है मॉडलिंग में या other things में. दिखाएं वो काम आप उनको. You don't have to wait for a brand to come get you and then you to say, oh, look, I'm a star. That's not how it works. Become a star, show your talent, put it out there. Back in the day, I couldn't make my dance videos and put them on anything because there was nothing, right?
Yeah.
And even when I started a dance class, what was my source of marketing? My source of marketing was a Facebook community. उस ज़माने में Facebook events और groups बहुत बनाए जाते थे, right? उस Facebook event group पे मैं जो भी dance classes की videos होती थी, वो मैं लगाता था. That was the marketing. I never called people or I never approached people or people came because they saw it.
Saw it.
So I did not in any way expect that it'll happen for me. I put it out there like you do with this podcast.
Yeah.
You put out this, you saw that you speak well, you have energy, you articulate sentences, questions well, you're a good conversationalist, you're a pretty girl, and you're kicking ass. And that's why your podcast is interesting. And you put your work behind it. You research. A couple of questions that you sent to me were, I was like, holy shit, this girl knows her what she's doing. And things that I was like, oh, how am I going to answer this question, right?
Yeah.
But you put it in there. And honestly, I appreciate that. Because put work behind your talent. Do not expect कि अल्लाह मियाँ आपको आवाज दे देंगे and आप एक आतिफ असलम बन जाएंगे overnight. That's not how it happens. The hardest workers in the room are the ones who you can see acing it on TV, on TikTok, on Instagram. They've worked really, really hard. You may think they haven't. A lot of people think Instagram and TikTok is easy. Banao aap account.
Banao aap account.
Banao aap account and get those followers that these guys that you're making fun of are. And then I'll have this conversation with you. When you have to post every single day, when you have to stand in the sun and shoot every single day, when you have to have that patience every single day. I'm not a content creator. I do it for fun. But it's so much work. It's so much. I don't know how people do it. A couple of friends, I'm very close to Fatih and Sona.
Oh, nice.
Every time I see them, every day I see their stories. वो लाहौर में हवेली में summer में धूप के नीचे शादी का जोड़ा पहने में for 12 hours. And I've had conversations with them where they've had heat strokes and they've had hot flashes, and it's not easy. So again, put the work behind it and you will shine. It's simple. So that's my answer to your question.
I love that answer, and thank you so much for giving us such quotable things. So, Hasan, my next question is, I love your team, and your team loves you, by the way, and that shows that, you're a really good leader, and, you're really good, So, Rida on your team was like, she said something, blah, blah, blah. Hasan doesn't like to wait. He likes to post things right away. And that hit me because I am like a waiter. मैं बैठ के उसके ऊपर मैं देखूंगी, मैं, उसके ऊपर मैं पूरा, plan करूंगी. But, your approach is a much better approach that I'm trying to incorporate, that, just like roll things out. So can you talk about the importance of rolling things out in a timely manner?
Okay, so a couple of things. Number one, Rida, when I find you, you're in a lot of trouble.
Sorry, girl.
No, I'm joking. I love her. She's amazing, and I'm really blessed to have her. A couple of things I want to say on time. Value people's time and expect people to value yours. I was maybe 10 or 12 minutes late today, and it was bothering me. It was giving me anxiety because
you were worth the wait.
You're very kind. Thank you so much. But at work, don't waste someone's time. Yeah. Because at work, every single minute counts, number one. So yes, the truth is, I value people's time and I want people to value mine. Internally and externally, whether it is a client or it is my own team member. Being a good leader, when I become one, I will let you know what the secret behind it is. But I don't look at myself as a leader. I look at myself as a team member.
Wow.
And honestly, there are a lot of times where Rida is the leader. And that's what's fun. Because I learn from everybody around me as they do from me. I have some things that I can teach them. But Rida has taught me a lot of things. Arsalan has taught me a lot of things. I learn from them every day. And I think that's what's fun. And that's what's exciting going into work every day, to figure out what I'm going to learn today. And it could be a new Instagram feature, or it could be a new insight, or it could be a new brand brief. And that's what makes it all exciting, that it's never the same.
Yeah.
It's it's not one size fits all. And if it was that, it would become redundant and boring. And that's the fun of PR. Sorry, I've digressed. Your question was regarding time and rolling out things on time. Okay, so PR, pertaining to PR needs to be timely.
Yeah.
It's like working for a news channel.
Wow.
You can't miss a deadline. You can't be आज वो चीज ट्रेंड कर रही है कल वो चीज शायद ट्रेंड ना करे.
Yes,
Right?
this part.
Right?
This
So
part.
it's very, very integral for you to be timely. It's the nature of the business.
Literally, Ryan, who's married to Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, he has become a billionaire over doing what? There's a specific marketing name, but he finds the trends, or jo bhi companies, wo ad banata hai on the trend, and they roll it out right away. And that's how something with the Peloton thing, he came on it right at that time. And that's what it is. It's about, jaise wo trend ho rahi hai, us waqt post karo, us waqt banao. Or
it's not just about trend. It could also be so many other things. Like, I'll give you an example. I feel the reason why Cornetto Connect became so big, so fast, was also the timeliness of it. We hosted the event on a Friday, daytime. The event ended at 6. We started the rollout in the evening of Friday, and we capitalized on the entire weekend to roll out the content. So we had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We stopped rolling out the content on Sunday, but the content kept coming in for 2 weeks. It just started to go viral organically, to the extent that we were all calling each other and we were asking, ye humne lagwaya, and we were like, no, ye humne nahi lagwaya, to ye kisne lagwaya, kahan se lagayi hai? It just started to spiral out of control. Because weekend is a good time. People were free that weekend. It was a weekend right after the exam season, so people had more time on their hands. So timing matters that way too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about time, right? Anyway, coming back to your question, I think time is by far the most important thing in business ethic and in life. And one more thing, on a more lighter note, I want to tell you. मैं जितना punctual और जितना I'm so fixated that this has to happen exactly like this at this time. In my personal life, I'm the polar opposite. I'm the last one to arrive. I'm always the one to miss the car or the bus or the train ride or the flight. Personal life, right?
Yeah.
When I'm with my friends, when I like to completely, let loose. I like other people to take the lead. I have no clue. I was once taking a flight and my wife called me and she said, which city are you landing in? And I said, I'm not sure. And she said, are you transiting anywhere? And I said, I'm not sure. She goes, do you know your hotel's name? So I said, I'm not sure. So she said, do you not want to tell me where you're going? So I said, no, give me a second. I'll just get back to you. And I called my friend up and I was like, listen, can you send me the ticket? And he was like, why is Hina asking? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, let me call her. Okay. And he called her and he told her because I had no idea. I just do, in my personal life, I want to keep it easy. And I feel like that's the source, of comfort or my ventilation or whatever, where I sort of, just let loose and I'm relaxed but at work, yes. Rida, you're right.
Wow, I love that. So, मैंने आपका एक interview में देखा, and you were talking about how it's about the great idea, the big idea, and you guys did a campaign with the cockroaches.
Yes.
थोड़ा उसके बारे में बात करो.
Okay.
You have to talk about it because that was just like mind blowing for me.
So I'll tell you, मुझे क्या problem होती है कि देखिए नहीं लाए मसले मेरे पास, right? Don't come with problems. Anyone in this room, when we look around and I talk to anybody, and I'll ask, hey guys, मसले हैं आपकी जिंदगी में? Everyone from
खड़े हो जाएंगे.
The president to the taxi drivers, everybody is going to have their set of problems. I have my own set of problems, right? Don't be so problem oriented. Be solution oriented, right? So think about how you can solve the problem. When someone in my team comes to me and says, oh, budget nahi hai, hum nahi soch sakte koi idea. All the blood rushes to my brain because PR doesn't have to be expensive. PR can be anything. Can I tell you today, how you look for me is PR.
Oh.
I'm going to walk away thinking, wow, man, this girl no matter where she is, she looks apart. She looks like a host, like an actress. She looks like a presenter. She looks like a, so it's, you just did PR for yourself.
Without
did you
even
not?
knowing.
Without even knowing.
Wow.
Right? So it's, PR can be anything. It does not need to be expensive. So when I got this brief, we were on a very tight budget, and they said, how can we make some noise for an insecticide brand? So what we did was, we created these boxes, wooden boxes, very close to this color actually. These wooden boxes, which are approximately this big, which had the can on the cover.
Okay.
So when you'd open it, the can was on the cover. But when you'd open the box, there was a bed of cockroaches on the base of it. Right? And they were fake cockroaches, of course. But they were those, you know, those bachpan mein jo cockroaches nahi milte the with the legs moving? Right? Which sort of give you the creepy
creeps.
Yeah,
Gives you the creeps for
it
sure.
freaks you out a little bit. So what people would do is, they would open the box and they'd flip out, because it take them 3 seconds to register what just happened to them. And it made so much noise. We actually got into trouble because a blogger spilt boiling coffee on his leg. Accidentally.
Oh, like.
Yeah, as in he freaked out. He must have flipped the box and the coffee must have fallen. I don't know how it happened. But I got the message that he got. So I quickly called him and I said, listen, I'm really sorry. And that was not the intention. And he said, no, I'm completely okay. And I just want to tell you, it worked. What your marketing tactic or trick or PR stunt worked, because I don't think I will ever forget. And now whenever I think insect, I will think of this insecticide. And that is what I wanted the person to walk away with, right? It's what you walk away with. It's what message you walk away with is what the brand is saying to you. Whether the brand is trying to say, a feeling or an emotion, or deliver a message, or the beauty of branding and marketing now is, there's so much good you can do. There's so many really exciting things you can do. And I think that's what wakes me up every morning, is like, how can we make a difference this way? Or what value can we add to our society? There's so many women-oriented campaigns that we're working on now. And it's so good to see that Gen Z, girls like you, confident, pretty, well-spoken, well-rounded, educated, girls are now coming out and taking the limelight. Again, I tell you this.
Time.
Yeah, it's about time, because Zehra, I tell you, 15 years ago, ye nahi tha. Nahi tha. We had a lack of talent.
Yeah.
No, we had a lack of talent coming out. Okay. Talent tha hamare paas. Right?
Chup ke.
Yeah, it was a very, media mein is type ke log jaate. I was like, what? What are you talking about? It's not like that.
No, it's not.
But yes, that was the perception, and it's not like that anymore.
No,
now, people want to get into DJing, RJing, podcasts, hosting, dancing, moderating, motivational speaking,
rapping,
poetry. Poetry. Have you seen the poetry influencers that have come now? It'll blow your mind. And I'm someone who struggles to understand some poetry, but they sound so good that I'm hooked,
Wow.
Sorry, we keep digressing from your question.
No, I love it. Yeah, you did answer it. So on this topic, I'll just digress a little bit, that you represent brands, you represent artists. Right? Like individual artists as well?
No, we just do brands. We just do
brands.
Yes. We don't do artists. So we launched
a company.
Reason? We launched Star Scope Abhi recently with Ramis, who's a very, very talented kid. Sorry. So Star Scope does talent management. It's a very nascent company. It's just started. We've signed on 5-6 really big, well-known people. But I want to sort of nail it really well before we start expanding.
Yeah.
Because margin to bahut hai, business bahut hai, talent bahut hai. But we need to give a certain value add. And this is what Ramis and our ethos is, that we not only will just get them gigs. No, that's not what talent management is, guys. Talent management is training them, giving the right expertise, opening their horizons, telling them how they can do better content, telling them how they can do better branded work, how to stay true to themselves, how to not forget their identity in the process. So it's sort of guiding them, maneuvering them. So we have these decks that we put together. We educate them on how TikTok, the algorithm works, how Instagram works, what they should be doing. What is your end goal? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? Not कि oh आपका ये एक offer आई है आप करेंगे एक shout out. No, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
इसके लिए बहुत लोग बैठे हुए हैं market में.
Huh.
What value are we adding as a talent agency? So that's something that we are currently working on. But BodyBeat itself works with corporates only.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was sitting with my friend and I'm doing a launch in May. I'll tell you about it off camera.
Inshallah.
So
Excited.
inshallah, it's really, so she was like, why don't you hire a PR firm? So I was like, I could, but I have so many contacts. I have so much, I have a lot of, that I could reach out to influencers. I could, do what a PR firm does, right? But my question actually to you is that can anyone start a PR firm, or do you really need the connections, or is it about the idea? Do you need like the list of connections, or do you can anyone just come and be like, "Mujhe PR firm start karni hai because I have amazing ideas."
नहीं, for PR you need to have the connections.
Yeah.
For creative agency you need to have the ideas. We are both.
Yeah,
we are a creative / PR agency. For creative, I don't think you need to have the contacts. You just need to have the creativity, innovation, technology, etc., etc.
Wow.
And right people, of course. For PR, you do need to have the connections.
And guys, I will be Hasan's first PR client. That is not a corporate brand, because you need to help me.
Excited to help you on anything.
Yeah.
But can I tell you one thing? And I'm not saying this because we're on camera. I'm saying this truly, madly, deeply. Do it yourself.
Really?
Do it yourself. I'll guide you. I'll tell you the guardrails. I'll tell you the watch outs. Do it yourself. Because when you are launching something of your own, the love, blood, and sweat you will put in, nobody else will put in.
Right? You guys, talia, sab talia. I want everyone to clap right now. Dude, thank you so much for being so honest. Thank you so much for being so, because that's the truth. A company मुझे कहा था that I'll post your pictures, तुम्हारा content हम बना लेंगे और ये price है per month. And I was like, bro, I can, you wouldn't, and I saw people go with that, that they hired that. And then they're stuck being like, वो मुझे attention नहीं देते, मेरा काम नहीं करते, ये नहीं होता. So that's like, what I feel that you're right, that the love and attention you put in, but of course you need help, but yeah.
No, you do need help, and take help. There's no harm taking help, but be the commander of the ship. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Like, one thing that I really admire about Aiza Khan is she has managers, she has an entire stylist team, but she cracks her own deals. Someone who, in my opinion, is the #1 actor in Southeast Asia, not just Pakistan.
Yeah.
She cracks her own deals.
What does that mean, cracks her own deals?
She will negotiate her deal.
Wow. Yes, girl. Yes.
Right? Why? Because she knows that the work that she will put in, and dude, she's the hardest worker in the room. The work that she will put in, she knows nobody else can put it. She has managers for everything, for on-ground events, for TVCs, for international tours. She has a stylist team. She has a beautician. She does her homework. She is the one girl that kal subah agar iski shoot hai, और इसके 5 looks है ad में, she has 5 backup looks with shoes, jewelry, bag, slippers, sandals, heel options in her bag without the client asking for it. That's work. That's hard work, right?
No, that's,
so anyway, we'll talk about this more in detail. But my suggestion is I'll curate it for you. I'll help you put it together. But be captain of the ship. Trust me, that's the best launch.
I love that. And on that topic of captain of the ship, you said in one interview, because I'm your biggest fan and stalker, so you
You're
said
so
that, you know,
kind.
what makes me different is my passion. So what do you think makes a good leader or a good captain? The qualities.
Okay, so I have so many answers for that, but one interesting one that I do, and I spoke about at TED as well, is don't fixate. Uh, okay, I'm going to share a really personal story.
Do it. I love stories. By
This
the way.
friend of mine, I'm very big on friendships and relationships, and we've been friends since we were kids, and we used to fight a lot. And he said something to me a day when I was really listening, and he said, "Hasan, agar tum logo mein bura ढूंढोगे, तुम्हें मिल जाएगा. So stop looking for it." And at that point, I felt like it went into my brain what he said. I accepted what he said, that this is a flaw in me. And I said, from today, I will look for good in people. And this was, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And since then, I call, whenever someone in my team is sitting and they're upset that they failed, or that they disappointed, or that they've messed up something, I try not to focus on what they did wrong. Focus on what your strengths are. अगर आपकी strength नहीं है presentations बनाना, मैं क्यों आपको बार बार उसी चीज पे टोकूं जो आपकी strength नहीं है? अगर आपकी strength नहीं है public speaking, why should I constantly zalilify you because you can't speak well in public? Not everyone can speak well in public. Not everybody. Some of it is natural, some of it is work, some of it is practice, right? But some people don't have it naturally, right? If you don't sing well, if you say, Hasan, start singing now, I'll sing for you, but you guys will die, right?
You will.
No, I'm joking.
Sing in a bit.
No, I can't say anything but sing. Okay? I can sing nursery rhymes, guys. Anyway, so I think that's what makes us a little different, is that instead of saying, oh my God, you make this presentation and you make this plan and equal calm baate, and you should do this and you should do that and you should do this, I'm like, okay, you know what? Give me a month to see what you're good at.
Yeah.
Do whatever you like. Right? मैं उस बंदे को बुलाता हूँ और मैं कहता हूँ तुम्हें जो करना है तुम्हें करो. तुम्हें प्रोडक्शन में काम करना है, तुम प्रोडक्शन में जाके बैठ जाओ. तुम्हें क्रिएटिव में बैठना है, तुम क्रिएटिव में जाके बैठ जाओ. तुम्हें स्ट्रैटेजी में बैठना है, तुम स्ट्रैटेजी में जाके बैठ जाओ. You have 1 month to show me what you're good at. So do it in a month. It doesn't take longer than a month. In a month, I start to gauge, okay, you know what? This guy's interest is in creativity. This guy's interest is in artworks. This guy likes to create visions or mood boards. This guy likes strategy. बंदा strategy में घुस जाता है. वो research documents मुझे निकाल के दे रहा है, taking out case studies or whatever. This guy likes to write. This one girl in my team, I love her to death. She's amazing. And I hope she watches this part. She writes a lot of text. Okay?
A lot of text.
A lot of text,
Oh my
right?
God.
And I have a very small attention span.
Yeah.
So her presentations are books.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, listen, I can't read so much, okay? And nor will the client.
Yeah.
Client itna nahi padega,
Yeah.
right? कि इतना छोटा हो गया presentation में.
Yeah.
So, and she writes really well.
Right.
And it's beautiful to read. But, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages, after a while, it's reading a book. And I'm like, listen, we have 30 minutes to present this plan.
Yeah.
Your plan is a 4-hour long plan. Okay? So abbreviate it, right?
Yeah.
And then she's so amazing. She always abbreviates it for me then.
Yeah.
And dumbs it down a little bit for us. But again,
Finding the strength.
Finding strengths.
Yeah,
that's
what a really good leader does.
That's key. देखिए ये नहीं हो सकता कि वीकनेस कंप्लीटली इग्नोर हो जाए. अगर वो बंदा उसको वैल्यू नहीं है टाइम की, अगर उस बंदे की, there are some deal breakers for me. Right? Disrespecting your colleagues or your peers or your clients or your talent, or these are completely unacceptable things for me. But I think that shows in our brand ethos. That there's some things that I really I feel, you know, लोग कहते हैं कि celebrities कितने बदतमीज, कितने unprofessional होते हैं. नहीं होते हैं. If you treat them right, there is no celebrity will disrespect demands disrespect, right? And vice versa.
Wow.
So if you give the person in front of you respect, now whether the artist is younger than me, older than me, because culturally age is a thing in our society, I will always call them up. I will always refer to them in a manner of respect. Even when at times older celebrities will tell me not to call them Appa or Bhai or G, or I still do it out of respect.
Yeah.
And they give me that respect too,
Back,
because when
yeah.
you give it,
You get
is
it.
only when you will get it.
Yeah.
Right? हम अपने artist के किस हालत में आए हैं, कैसे आए हैं, comfortable हैं, चाय पूछ लो, coffee पूछ लो. इसमें there's no real rocket science in this.
Yeah.
I mean, इतना तो तमीज़ हमें अपने आप को, अपनी teams को सिखाना चाहिए. And if you do it, I think you will get it. And so far, we've been blessed. Have there been one or two really, you know, awkward and uncomfortable situations? Yes, they have.
Yeah.
And it happens. It's okay.
Yeah.
That person might be having a bad day. We might be having a bad day. We're human beings at the end of the day. So, yeah.
I love that. Just one sidetrack that I need to ask you, that, you know, as a leader who runs a company and, you know, many different things, you also have to know when to let people go, right?
I'm still struggling with that one. I'm still struggling with that one.
Yeah.
I've had one or two people in my team that I know that it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I know that it's not a long-term thing, but I struggle. I have major, what do you call it? Attachment issues.
Yeah, me too.
I have major attachment issues.
Yeah.
So when we started BodyBeat, and I mean, we were a 2-man company, then 3, 4, 5, and now, mashallah, we are quite a big agency.
Wow.
I told my HR department when we opened and started mashallah, HR department, we can never fire. And they said, what?
Oh my gosh.
And I said, it's a rule. BodyBeat never fires its employees.
Wow.
So she turned to me and she said, that's a terrible rule.
Yeah.
And I was like, but that's my rule.
That's your rule.
And you got to work with it.
Wow.
And I was like, figure it out, because I never want anyone to feel insecure in this company.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to ever feel that, oh, agar maine apni galti bata di, to I'll get into trouble. I want them to be open enough to come to me and say, I messed up. That's okay. You're a human being. We mess up. And brands also, when you love the work you do, when they see कि आप घुस के फट गए हैं campaign में, you know, you're monitoring every comment, you're looking at everything, you're adapting, you're innovating, you're managing crisis. They also feel like you've taken so much ownership that वो भी थोड़े relax हो जाते हैं.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
I
Did I answer your
love that.
question?
You did answer
Yeah, I did.
it. And
Okay.
I'm really happy to hear that, because I've never heard that before. I was expecting you to be like, yeah, fire faster and, you know, like
I can't.
keep it rolling
I
out.
can't.
I'm like you too, you know,
I
like
can't.
it's like, yeah, like, you know, I just let them leave on their own, you know,
Yeah.
eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So on this, you've had, mashallah, many successes. And, you know, you told in a interview that every time you have a huge success, your father, you know, puts you down. It's like, sajda mein giro, sajda mein giro, sajda mein giro. And
Oh my
I
God.
think that that's beautiful. And are you, you know, teaching your kids the same thing, or what is your...
I'm trying. It's very difficult though. Like, I feel the way my dad did it is the way our parents did it. You really go back and you think, how? How did you have that understanding? How did you have that much patience? How did you have, you know, we look at our parents and we're like, I don't think I could do it as good as they did it.
Wow.
My father never asked me to practice, or never asked me to believe, or never asked me to. He just shared his stories with me, and it made me believe. It made me more spiritual, more religious. It made me practice more. I saw how he took religion and he adapted it in every part of his life. Anyway, I don't think I do it as well as he does, but I do try to teach my children the same. My father's taught me a few things when it comes to religion. Equality. No one is bigger or no one is smaller. Respect. In my family, respect is everything. When my father is angry, you cannot look into his eyes. You have to look down. And no matter, even if you are right, you look down. You do not answer. When I say you do not answer, you do not even say G. You have to stay quiet. If he's asking you a question, it's not a real question, it's rhetorical. Don't answer it. Okay, so if he says, "Tum itne late kyun the?" It's not a question. You're supposed to stay quiet, look down, right? So there were a lot of things. Sorry, I'm digressing from religion.
That's amazing. I think I need to learn this and implement it with my parents, because I'm answering and I keep getting in trouble.
That's the problem.
It's so bad. Yeah. This is very important what you just said. But yes, continue on.
So I think my dad very early on knew that my sister is going into showbiz, and my sister has been very, very, very lucky in career-wise. She's anything she's touched turned into gold, right? I mean, when she was really, really in it, when she was 17, 18, she launched Bauji. She moved to India. She joined channel BBPR OA. She started interviewing these stars. She started getting Bollywood offers. It was so fast that he immediately knew that he will need to take the role of humbling his children. So every time my sister got an award, I remember at that time she was getting an award almost every day, and it started becoming really boring because it was like, oh, ab is award show pe ja rahe, ab is award show pe ja rahe. And every time he would turn to her when they'd call out her name and he'd say, "Thank Allah first." And I remember that when he used to say that, these goosebumps used to go through our entire body. Because at a time where everybody's turning and looking at your daughter is at the peak of her career, and he would just turn and he would say the same words to her every single time. Something stick.
Yeah.
That would stick. And every time I'd call my dad, and so I call my mom every time we have an event or a campaign launch, and I say, "Ammi,
Dua karo.
हमारा आज Spotify का event है, या आज हमारा whatever Sansal का launch event है, एक दुआ मांग लीगा, एक मन्नत मांग लीगा." So she always prays and then whatever, and then she tells my dad. I'm a little worried to tell my dad because my dad starts asking a lot of questions, and I don't want to answer those questions right before an event because I'm also relatively anxious. As soon as the event is done and I started posting pictures, and he now knows that the event is done because I've started posting pictures, he'll call me and he'll be like, "Sajde mein pade?" And I'll be like, "Abbu, I haven't come home yet. I'm coming home." He goes, "Acha, mere paas aana pehle." So it's like he's checking if I did it or not did it.
God. I thought it was a figure of speech when you said Sajde mein giro, Sajde. You actually mean like Sajde mein giro, and thank God.
So
my God,
so
that's
when I come
beautiful.
home, I'll go to him first. He'll do a little prayer with me. And again, my dad is such an amazing human being. In the prayer, he always prays for peace first, for the peace in the world. He prays for kindness in the world. He prays for more love in the world. And, every time he prays, it really makes you realize that how big a prayer is.
Wow.
Prayer is not individualistic. Prayer is for the world. And we all should pray for the world first. And then come down to more selfish, singular, individualistic prayers. वो तो हम दुआ में मांगते हैं कि ना अल्लाह मियाँ ये आज हमारी डील हो जाए, अल्लाह मियाँ ये हमारे लिए हो जाए, अल्लाह मियाँ हमारे बच्चे, अल्लाह मियाँ हमारे माँ बाप, अल्लाह मियाँ मैं, अल्लाह मियाँ मेरी बीवी, अल्लाह मियाँ ये, right? But he always starts from the world. And that's always stuck with me. कि यार, at the end of the day, we should pray for others first, and then narrow it down to ourselves, right?
Wow, yeah. Thank you so much. That was amazing, man.
You are very welcome.
That just hit my heart. Like, so you are very spiritual. What are your manifestation techniques? 'Cause I've got a money meditation on repeat, man. In the morning, I'm like, money is obsessed with me. Money loves me.
Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm doing recently, and it's doing really well for me.
Yeah.
I do a lot of these mental exercises. And so I used to do them a lot earlier, and they really worked.
Yeah.
I used to make fun of people who used to do these exercises. And I started doing them, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, and it's working, and it's real. So one that I'm doing nowadays, which I'll tell you, and I think everybody should do it, is I tell myself out loud, I cannot control how this person is feeling. Right? So, for example, if I hear someone disliked my work, or someone disliked me personally, or someone I love personally, I always tell myself, I'm a people pleaser, and for me, it's very difficult for me to accept that someone doesn't like me or someone didn't like my work. I take it very personally. So I tell myself, I cannot control how this person feels about me.
Yeah.
But what I can control is how I feel about them, or how I feel about the situation. How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
What do I want to do?
Yeah.
When I take that perspective, I realize that, यार मुझे तो इस situation में मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ?
Right.
What can I do to better the situation? Or what is it that I want out of this situation? Maybe trying to become this friend, or trying to become this person's, to get on this good person's good side is not something I want anymore. Is what I discover after I question myself. Because my immediate go-to reaction is, oh my God, let me go fix things.
Me too, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to fix the situation. Oh my God, how do we fix this?
Yeah.
So, and I've trained my team this way also at work. So now, when I'll say, it's okay. We cannot control how this person reacts. We cannot control how this person is feeling. My team is like, "Kaun bol raha hai?" And I'm like, it's me. Okay, and they're like, really? You don't want us to take any action? And I'll be like, no, take no action. We will take no action. We don't need to take any action. We have done nothing wrong. You know? And at that time, I used to be like, oh my God, it doesn't matter kiski galti hai.
We need to apologize, fix it.
Apologize, fix it. Ye karo, wo karo, falana, damkana. I'm not saying be arrogant.
No.
I'm not saying be pompous. I'm not saying अपनी गलती ना मानो. I'm not saying कि आपकी गलती भी नहीं है तो apology में कोई आप छोटे बड़े नहीं हो जाएंगे. I don't believe that at all. However, to be able to empower yourself to realize that you cannot control how everybody is going to feel about you.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's all right. Wow. That's where I am right now in terms of manifesting goodness, happiness in my life.
That's amazing, because you do manifest from that joyful state. So if you're not worried about anything, then you are manifesting. That's the best way. Okay, so tell me about a failure of yours.
So many. My life
I've only seen the successes.
My life is only failures. It's full of failures.
You and me both, sis.
And I think we are where we are because of our failures. हम पहुंचे ही यहाँ हैं क्योंकि हमने गलतियां की हैं तो सीखा है, right? आप success से कुछ नहीं सीखते हो. अभी a couple of new kids on in my team, they were really stressing out about the project being really tough, the requirements being really tough, and I said, when this project ends, come to me and tell me what you've learned. And when the project ended, they came to me and I said, तुमने अब कंपनी में 5 projects कर लिए. I want to know what you learned from all 5. And उन्होंने कहा, इस पे I learned this, इस पे I learned this, इस पे I learned this. But on the tough project, they had a list of things that they learned. A list of things. How to manage this, how to do this, what timeliness means, what calendar means, how important it is to align all stakeholders, etc., etc., etc. And I said, so would you rather do the tough project again or those other 4 projects again? And they said, learn to isse kiya humne. So I said that it's the tough ones that really teach you something.
Wow.
So failures. I think I've done a lot of failures in life. I've performed at the wrong places. I think I've done a lot of mistakes. I've taken on wrong clients, clients that I had an intuition. I did an award show once. So I never do award shows. I was really pushed into doing an award show and an international award show. And I sort of got bullied into it. I shouldn't blame anyone else. It was my decision. My instinct kept saying, don't do it. I did it, and it was a really, really big mistake. They were very unprofessional. They never worked in a corporate setting. Awards for us are still very unorganized, unplanned.
As an industry.
Yeah. Our awards, except for Hum, I think all the other awards need a lot of work. Hum TV is a channel or an entity that has sort of cracked how to do awards, right? I'm not saying it because I particularly love them. I work with all channels, but I think Hum TV has got it right. Second, I did a musical once, which I had to drop out midway. I don't like leaving anything, unfinished. But again, it was a mistake I did. I learned a lot. I think I started to believe in my gut a little more. Experience से आपको थोड़ा सा trust आता है अपने gut पे. So now I'm at a place in my life. I think I'm losing my voice. Now I'm at a place in my life where if my gut says no, I confidently bow out of the project. And I think
that's fair.
Sometimes I can't explain why. I don't know what it is. Again, for this award show, they said कि सुने हम आपको advance में pay कर देते हैं, हम ये कर देते हैं, आपकी requirements क्या हैं, आप हमें बताएं हम fulfill करने को. And मुझे लगा कि यार ये लोग इतना, they're bending over so backwards for me. I was feeling bad. I was like, when they're doing so much for me, then why am I doing so much drama? I don't like to be that person. Let's do the project. And then everything went downhill from there, right? They were just really horrible people to work with. I've had my fair share of failures, disappointments, heartaches. I've even lost a couple of people along the way. It's really, really unfortunate and very heartbreaking. But I've learned a lot. One thing that I've learned is not to mix my personal and professional life. So I don't hire friends. I don't work with friends. I lost a really, really dear friend of mine early on in my career, and it's something that I regret, which is why I try to keep my two lives very, 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 very separate.
Wow, that's such good advice. Don't
It works for me. I don't know if it worked for everybody. Some people can work with friends really well.
No.
For me, I think it just left a bad taste.
I think you're right. And my friend always said, don't shit where you eat. So I was like, okay, girl. I get that. So just one thing. So how do you deal with the letting go of people, the losing of people over the years? Because I've experienced that. You find someone, you're like, oh my God, they're perfect. And we have such a bright future in terms of team, work, this is my stylist forever. And then they disappear. And then how do you move on? How do you recover from losing someone who you had envisioned a future with in terms of work?
So it's really, really simple. अगर उसको आगे बढ़ना है, he will stick around or she will stick around.
Right.
Because we give growth and exposure like no other company in the world. We reward like no other company in the world. We treat like no other company in the world. So instead of, I don't think I've ever said this out loud, but it's said through actions, through our ethics, and through what you see. Right? They see that, oh my God, over here, the freedom, creativity, exposure, growth that you will not get anywhere else in the world. Right? तो वो लोग देख के खुद ही रुकते हैं. And if someone has to part way for whatever reason, it could be marriage, pregnancy, it could be moving to a better job,
Yeah.
right? It could be anything.
Hmm.
I feel like then that's their way.
आपके लिए बेहतर मेरे लिए भी बेहतर.
Yeah.
Like that.
I've had a few people that have been with me for 10 years.
Wow.
And now they're in amazing positions. I see them progress in life. And they're my babies.
Yeah.
Everything that they know, they've learned with me, along with me, next to me.
Wow.
So how can I not be proud? And the ones that leave on a bad note, I feel like it's their loss.
Yeah, that it is their loss. On the note of, you were saying, Hum TV has got the, awards down right.
They've cracked the code.
Okay. So, in one interview, you said that because you're a choreographer as well, mashallah. So, the actresses here or the girls here, like, they have, like, that shyness in their eyes. You said that,
Yeah.
and that you're like, that's why they can't, like, put the item number like a Bollywood one, But in my experience, which, you'll see, but, like, I feel that it's Bollywood mein they practice, they rehearse, they give that time. यहाँ जो मैंने note किया है, it's like 2-3 days before they're learning the dance, then they're going to shoot it on the day, takes हो रहे, cuts हो रहे, because she's not ready. Who can be ready in one day? In Bollywood they practice 6 months, and like Hrithik Roshan and all of they take it so seriously. So what is your opinion on the work ethic in this industry?
So, so many answers for that. So many things to say. So, dekhiye,
because I don't have that shyness, because you're gonna see it, and I because I practice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very excited to see it. So a couple of things. Ek to ethic is subjective. It's from person to person. Practice is also budget based, right? So, I mean, you can book dancers for 6 months. You can have rehearsals in Brooklyn, New York. You could have हमारे वो budgets नहीं होते सबसे पहली बात. So that's that.
Okay, good.
Some celebrities don't give the time also, whereas some celebrities give a lot of time. So there's some, even the ones that you'd be surprised about, Meera, Rima, Resham, they put in the work.
Yeah.
They will not go on stage unless they know the steps better than you do. So they will put in the work. ऐसी बात नहीं है. It's a budgetary thing also. What I was referring to with the eyes is देखें हाँ आप चाहे जितना confident हो जाए. I'm sure you're extremely confident. In India उनके दीन में.
जी, ये तो है.
Right? In our society, it is still not a moment of pride, a moment of being proud, or it's not something where I don't think you could go to on the streets and start dancing and feel confident, right? Because that our society is a little more conservative.
And they are.
And that's okay. Yeah, that's all right too. We are a more conservative society. We have to live with what God has given us. Adapt a few things, of course. But in their society, it's part of their religion.
Yeah.
It's part of their culture. India mein har sadak pe ek dance school hai. On every street. That's like a McDonald's in the United States, right? On every street, there's a dance school. So, जब बच्चा 2, 3, 4 साल का होता है तो बच्चे उसको माँ बाप उसको enroll कर देते हैं dance school में. लड़का हो लड़की हो, कथक हो, classical हो, Bollywood हो, contemporary ho. So they learn it from a very early age, right? Like none of us were put in dance school when we were younger. Dance to ab aaya kuch schools mein as an
I'm learning now. I'm like,
as an extracurricular, right?
Yeah.
So there's a huge difference when I teach you something from the get-go. So that's one thing I wanted to do with my daughter. Is that as soon as I discovered that she can sing, I was like, okay, get her a teacher. Okay, get her a vocal training coach.
Love that.
Get her, let's get her an instrument.
Love
so,
that.
we first took her for piano, then guitar, then sitar, then harmonium.
Mashallah.
And I waited to understand, all Hina's work, by the way, I didn't do anything. She did all the work. She basically figured out okay, you know what, Natalia, now what do you want? Which instrument are you gravitating towards? So she said, okay, she shortlisted to guitar and piano, and then we went further into it, and now she wants to do the piano, right? She's fixated on one instrument now, and she's learning one instrument now. But Hina makes sure that twice a week, no matter if it's exam season, summer holiday, vacation time, whatever, she is rehearsing twice a week.
Wow.
Even if her teacher is unwell or whatever, Wesley he's never unwell, he's always there. He's amazing too. She learns. So then you practice, and then you got to put the work behind it too,
Yeah,
right?
you
Now,
gotta.
everyone's very competitive now. There's a lot of talent in the world now. Now, you're not competing against yourself. You're not competing against Pakistanis. You're competing against the world,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So, so that's that.
Wow, man, I love that. Okay, so you're one of Atif Aslam's biggest, fans.
yes.
तो Atif
Yes.
Aslam ने आपको एक दफा कहा था that I work for the people. I do what the people want me to do, and my biggest critics are my fans.
That's true.
So what does this really mean, and how do you handle criticism in your life?
Should we call him? Let's call him.
Atif Podcast is good. I love him. Dude.
I love him. I miss. I think he's probably the only
Atif, what's up, man?
Yeah.
We're just here, talking about you, a quote.
I think he's the only artist that I get a bit starstruck around.
Yeah.
And I think the first project I got to work with him, I think the first couple of days I was just staring. And then I finally got used to him, and I actually started to teach him a little bit of the dance. But I got to teach him, and I've been so privileged and so blessed that way. What was the question? I got sidetracked and started
No,
thinking
we love
about
Atif. So basically, he's like, I work for the people and I do what they want me to do. And my biggest critics are my fans. So what is he trying to say in this that we can also implement in our lives?
I think the first thing that we started this conversation with, I think I learned it from what Atif said here, is stop running after brands. They'll come to you. They'll come to you. Be yourself. Love yourself. If you think you have something that makes you special, put it out there. And people will see it. And some people will love it, and some people won't. And the people that love it, give them some love back. And the people that won't, that's okay. Not everyone will understand your art. Not everyone will love your art. I think in the whole race to commercialism, we sort of lose ourselves somewhere in the middle. And I think that's what he's talking about. I'm still not there yet. I still don't take criticism very well, which is why I limit the amount of how much I'm putting out there. I still think I put a lot out there compared to other people. But I still don't take criticism very well. I think I'm still working on it. I think it's important for us to realize that when you're typing something out there, it is your responsibility what you have written. So please do not write something that will hurt somebody, that is too personal, that's an attack, because that person will read it. Trust me when I say it, you may think this person is a superstar or a megastar or an icon or a legend. But that person at some point in their life will read it. And you will leave that thought or feeling in their mind. So please be careful what you write. It carries a lot of weightage. And don't just write from a negative space, because you will take other people there too. Try to be... If you want to write something negative, write something that's constructive, something that they can fix, not something that will break them or hurt them. It's just my two bits of advice that I would like to say.
I love that. Should we take a little segue and do a little chocolate taste test?
Sure.
So have you seen this have you seen this viral pistachio kanaf thing?
Oh my God, yes.
So Lal's has kind of made it, okay? And I thought
wow.
that we could try it
wow.
together while talking about your acne serum and everything like this.
Oh my God, this is...
Cheers.
Cheers.
So this is my first...
And I love that they made it gold. It's gold on top. Okay. Give me a second. I'm having sugar after 3 weeks.
I was just gonna say that. Hasan's like, you guys, I work out, I eat healthy, and she's making me eat
This
sugar.
is so... Achha, I love this chocolate. The fix it ka hota hai na?
Yeah.
I love it. I've tried it once. And I swear to you, it is better.
I swear this
Is
one's
it better?
so
I think
good.
it's a bit better.
I love it so much.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh my God, Lala Auntie, you're sending some to my house, please. Thank you.
Yeah, please. It is so good. You know, like,
Like,
my goodness. Okay, I'm going to say a word. Okay? And you're going to say the first thing that comes to your mind in that word.
oh shit. Okay. let's do
Magic.
it. Love.
Sweet. Power.
Me.
Nice. Energy.
You.
Aww. Lyrics.
Komal.
Wow. Dance.
Me.
Love it. Date.
Night.
Aww. Happiness.
Hina.
Sweet. Love.
My children.
Aww. Silly.
I would like to say me. It's the first thought that came to our mind.
I'm silly. I
No.
love that. Okay. Morning person or night owl?
Oh, 100% night owl.
No.
Morning is
Karachi, this is an
Yeah.
answer. No one has said
It's a-
morning person.
it's a brown people
what
thing,
are we
right?
supposed to do? You know,
Yeah.
the city that never sleeps. Okay. Netflix or YouTube?
Oh no, Netflix.
Yeah.
No, wait.
YouTube.
No, wait.
This comes out on YouTube.
Okay, at work, YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of research on YouTube. I think I work with so many YouTubers that I have to. But at home, personal time, Netflix.
Love it. Okay. Beach or mountains?
Neither.
Oh.
I'm not a nature person.
I'm a city.
Yeah, I
Okay.
love the city.
Me too. Okay. Road trip or flight?
Flight.
100%. Like, what are these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, road trip, like
I have to go to the bathroom, man. Like, where's the, you know, what's going on? What you made up?
We went to Nathia Gali a couple of months ago, and these guys had to convince me for 3 months.
Nice.
And it was a friend's destination birthday. Everybody was going. I had to go. There was no choice. I had to just suck it up. And I was like, okay, we'll do this.
I love it. Okay. Casual or formal?
Casual.
Yeah. Sneakers or heels? But you don't
Sneakers.
wear heels.
Formal shoes or sneakers?
Yeah.
Always sneakers.
Ha. Okay. Black and white or bold colors?
Ooh. I love both.
I
I
love
love both. I think they both have, I think it's a mood thing for me. I sometimes would want to do like a cheek tawa green.
Yeah.
And sometimes I love my black and my white and my dark blue.
Yeah. It's the mood.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Wow. Your son or your daughter? Okay.
If I had to choose, my daughter.
I knew it! We love you this time. What's your son's name?
My elder son, his name is Abbas.
Wow.
My
that's
daughter's
such-
name is Natalia.
I love that.
And my youngest, his name is Arsh.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out, you guys. Okay. Instagram or TikTok?
Nowadays, TikTok. Otherwise, Instagram.
Okay, TikTok.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Nice. Zabardast,
Yeah.
yaar. I have so many more things, but I just feel like...
No, please ask. I'm
okay,
having
should
a
we bring
great
the
time.
serums? Wo aapka...
Yeah. Kohasa. So, Ko stands for Komal, Ha stands for Hasan, Sa stands for Saad. We're 3 partners. We work together. He's ex-L'Oreal. My sister's, of course, skincare. And I'm a marketeer. So we launched this brand together by the name of Kohasa. By the way, no jokes. Try the products. Excuse me. You will love the products.
Dude, I love the packaging. Forever young, flawless.
So I wanted a little bit
I
of
just
the
love it.
bright cheek tawa color because, you know, that's
I
me.
love that it's a bright chitawar color, but it's like a very subtle. So I was like, yeah, we need skincare in Pakistan.
Okay, don't you love the packaging?
Dude, I love it.
The packaging.
very
It took us
professional.
forever
It's super
to put this
professional.
together.
I just love it.
The product itself is amazing. So I'll tell you, I feel like
Wow.
I was the person who would always be like, kuch nahi laga muh pe.
Huh.
Kuch nahi laga muh pe.
Huh.
And I'm still a strong believer in that. And then I started to realize that I'm starting to get a lot of spots on my face. And I'm generally not that conscious. But bahut zyada spots hone lage the. And I went to a couple of dermatologists. they started saying, how old are you? And I was like, I'm in my 30s. And they're like, you've never used a product on your face? I said, no, I've never even put soap on my face.
What?
Never.
Oh my
I
god.
used to take a shower and I'd put shampoo in my hair and I'd wash my beard with the shampoo. And that's it. I'd never wash my face.
Well, mashallah.
And
you've
they'd
got
be
the
like,
skin.
okay, so your skin is pretty good, but
Yeah.
now you're starting to get pigmentation.
Yeah.
Wear sunblock. And I was like, oh no, it's too much work. And subah mein waisi, I'm not a morning person and mujhe bhagna padta hai kaam pe. I'm always late in the morning. Never late, but I'm always rushing against time.
Who is it?
So I was like, okay, you know what? Try karte hain.
Huh.
And it honestly changed my life.
So you started putting sunblock on. By the way, my nani told me one rule since I was a kid, that Zehra, you use sunblock. And I take it very, very seriously.
Guys,
I use it
I tell
every
you,
day
don't
of my
do
life.
anything in life. Okay? But subah mein, when you take a shower,
Yeah.
before you get out of the house,
Huh.
just put one layer of sunblock on your face.
Yeah.
Do we have retinol?
Huh.
Oh, yay, we have retinol. Okay, I don't use our retinol. I use our vitamin C and I use our sunblock, which is amazing.
Vitamin C is so important.
It's amazing. It's a game changer.
It is. I use it.
And
like
do
God.
it for 1 week and you will see. Please do use our products.
So this is imported from United Kingdom. This is Korean technology.
Yes.
So it's really a lot of research import from United Kingdom.
So my sister is a bit
Korea.
What?
Korea. If you know Korea, you know the skincare. You know the Korean
glass-like
skin,
skin, right? So my sister is very anal when it comes to her products. She will try them and test them, and she'll come to the office and she'll be like, "Beta, ye try karo," and the girl is just like, "But mujhe nahi try karna." And she's like, "Nahi, nahi." And my wife has been a guinea pig. My sister-in-law has been a guinea pig. Girls from our team have been guinea pigs. I have been a guinea pig. And initially we were like, what if we put it on our face and our face swells up, right?
Yeah, of course.
And slowly and gradually we were like, okay, she knows what she's doing, right? And she'd come and because she practically she obsesses. She'd be like, okay, this guy has oily skin and what should we do for Pakistani oily skins that will work for them? And she'll experiment and experiment and experiment and she'll try. The closer you are to your product, the better your product will always be. So she is crazy when it comes to the product. I focus more on the packaging and the marketing, but she really jumps into it. She jumps into what are the trends that are happening abroad. Like she'll know what's about to release in Korea, right? But even before, she lives in the Silicon Valley now. Even before it comes to Silicon Valley, she'll be like, okay, you know what, Hasan, this is about to launch in Korea. It's going to come in Silicon Valley in the next couple of months. Let's launch it in Pakistan now. I'll get the technology. I'll fly down. I'll do this. I'll speak to the people in Korea. I'll speak to the people in UK. I'll make it happen. We'll import it, this, that, falana, damkana. And then she connects with our other partner, Saad, who's amazing. They'll make it happen, like in real time. So we have products coming in that are state-of-the-art, international level quality, pricing at really good prices, because when you see La Roche and you see these brands, they're just unaffordable now.
Yeah.
You can't buy 100,000 rupees worth of skincare every month. That's crazy. That's
You really
ridiculous.
can't.
It needs to be more affordable. Thus, we launched our versions of it.
I love these. I love these.
Thank
These
you
are
so much.
amazing.
Thank you.
And I'll tell you a secret. I'll cut this out. But Nivea, the one made in Germany, it's almost the same ingredients as La Mer. And one is like so overly priced and one is like so cheap. But the one Nivea that's made in Germany.
But सुनो ये बहुत चीजों में. But so Zara is actually just one level below Boss. But look at the price. A Zara shirt would be $30, $40. A Boss shirt would be $500. And the quality is the same because I know which factory they both are made from.
Yeah. Even my friend.
It's the same freaking factory. And the difference between the two black-collared shirts for men is ek pe Boss laga hai aur ek pe Zara laga hai.
Marketing, right?
Right? It's marketing. So, I mean, be smarter also with what you buy, guys.
Yeah. Be smarter also. I love this, Yar Hassan, and we want to celebrate you today. So,
That is so sweet.
we're all going to sing happy birthday for you. Although, when is your actual
Oh
birthday?
my God, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My actual birthday is, I'm not going to tell them when my actual...
Okay, don't say it. Don't
No,
say
I'll
it.
tell
We're
you.
going to like astrology it
1st
up.
of April.
I'm 24th April.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. Happy birthday to you.
Sugar rush is getting to me.
Happy birthday.
So much.
And then
Why, guys? Why?
And then, of course,
Why?
we couldn't let you go without
You are so
some
sweet.
flowers
You're
because,
so sweet.
you know, I'm just so grateful to have you here and thank you so much for, you know, giving us your all.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you.
Let's see that kya hai iske andar.
Holy shit, how did you guys do this fast? That is so cool. And it's such a lovely picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love it.
Oh, it's so sweet.
I love it. How did you guys
I
do
love
this fast? That's really kind. Thank you so
Oh
much.
my God.
Thank you.
That-
Lovely.
yeah,
Thank you
I
so
love
much.
you.
Thank
Love you so much, Hassan.
Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Woo! That's a wrap, guys.
That's
Thank
a wrap.
you so much. It was amazing. I just loved it.